The world is quieter after the victory, but the silence feels heavier than the war ever did. Cities are rebuilding, yet people walk like they're afraid the sky might crack open again. Sam Wilson carries the shield but also the fear of never being enough. Thor wanders the cosmos searching for purpose instead of battles. Bruce Banner struggles with guilt that never fades. And somewhere in the shadows, something ancient is watching. A series of time fractures begins appearing across the globe without warning. Old villains long defeated are spotted alive in broken timelines. Doctor Strange senses that reality itself has developed scars. Wanda feels disturbances pulling at her mind like whispers from another life. Peter Parker dreams of battles that never happened but feel painfully real. The Avengers realize this is not a normal multiverse breach. Deep inside the quantum realm, Scott Lang detects unstable energy readings that shouldn't exist. Kang's tech is no longer dormant. It's evolving on its own. A forgotten time engine, scattered after the First War, has reassembled itself across dimensions. The machine is not rebuilding reality but feeding on broken timelines. Someone is guiding it from beyond known existence. The Avengers know the enemy is smarter than anything they've faced. Tony Stark's legacy becomes the key, not his return. Hidden code inside his old quantum models reveals a failsafe he never told anyone about. Pepper struggles with whether to activate it, fearing it could erase what Tony sacrificed his life for. Peter finds the final message his mentor left behind. It isn't about battle, it's about trust, and that message reshapes every decision they make next. When the Avengers travel to a broken timeline, they witness a world where Thanos won completely. Civilization lies in ruins beneath a burning orange sky. A version of Natasha is alive there, hardened and alone. Clint almost breaks when he sees her. She tells them Thanos wasn't the real end of that world. Something worse arrived afterward. The creature that followed Thanos is revealed as Eternity's shadow, a being born from collapsing universes. It doesn't conquer, it consumes reality from the inside. Even Kang feared it and tried to control time to escape it. The shadow is now using the time engine to harvest dying timelines for power. Every broken world makes it stronger. And Earth is next. Thor confronts a reality where Loki never died and became a peaceful king. The sight breaks him in ways battle never could. Loki recognizes Thor instantly despite the fractured timeline. He warns that fate cannot be cheated without consequence. The shadow feeds on stolen destinies. Thor leaves knowing even gods can't outrun regret forever. Wanda becomes a target as the shadow senses her chaos magic. Visions of her children torment her from countless failed universes. She nearly loses control, shaking entire timelines apart. It's Monica Rambeau who brings her back, reminding her that grief doesn't have to define power. Wanda chooses to fight not from pain but from love. That shift changes the nature of her magic. Bruce enters a world where Hulk never existed and realizes the monster also saved him. He understands strength was never the enemy. Fear was. This lets him unlock a new form of balance between rage and reason. His transformation stabilizes reality around him. The shadow reacts violently, sensing a force it cannot easily devour. For the first time, the enemy retreats. Sam faces a timeline where Captain America became a tyrant. He sees what unchecked symbolism can become. That vision almost shatters his belief in the shield. But Bucky reminds him that symbols are shaped by those who carry them. Sam stands taller after that moment. He finally becomes Captain America in his heart. Peter encounters a world where Aunt May survived, but he became bitter and ruthless. The mirror terrifies him more than any villain ever has. He realizes how thin the line is between hero and monster. With renewed resolve, he chooses compassion over vengeance every time. Even the shadow hesitates when it senses his unwavering spirit. Hope itself becomes a weapon. The time engine begins pulling entire cities into collapsing spirals. Millions vanish into fractured dimensions in seconds. Panic spreads across global communications. Wakanda deploys quantum shields to hold back reality tides. Captain Marvel absorbs raw temporal energy to slow the collapse. The Avengers fight not enemies, but the unraveling of existence itself. Kang finally reveals himself, not as the main villain, but as a desperate survivor. His empire was destroyed trying to outrun the shadow. Every cruel act he committed was part of a failed plan to contain it. He offers the Avengers a truth they don't want. The shadow cannot be killed by force. It must be starved. To starve the shadow, all remaining broken timelines must be sealed permanently. Doing so means erasing worlds where loved ones still live. The cost becomes unbearable for many of the team. Clint would lose his second chance with Natasha forever. Thor would erase the Loki who found peace. Peter would doom the lives he could have saved. The Avengers turn against each other in quiet, painful arguments. No one throws a punch, but every word cuts deep. Sam refuses to play God over innocent lives. Strange insists the universe won't survive sentimentality. Wanda stands between them, barely holding back tears. For the first time, there is no clear right answer. In the chaos, the shadow invades Earth directly through the sky. Reality fractures like glass above New York. Streets fold into impossible geometry. The team realizes hesitation has brought the war to their doorstep. They fight together once more, not with certainty, but with trust. Sometimes that has to be enough. Kang sacrifices himself to overload the time engine manually. His final act is not conquest, but redemption. The overload begins sealing collapsing timelines one by one. Screams echo across dimensions as worlds fade into light. The shadow weakens with every closure. Yet one final seal requires a living anchor. Strange volunteers without hesitation, knowing exactly what it means. Wanda tries to stop him, but he only smiles peacefully. He anchors himself inside the time engine core. The final broken timelines collapse into silence. The shadow disintegrates into fragments of dying starlight. When the light fades, Strange is gone. No body, no echo, no spell left behind. The Avengers stand amid the ruins of a world saved at unbearable cost. This time the loss feels different. It feels permanent. No stones, no time travel, no miracles left. Months later, Earth is quieter again, but this time with healing instead of fear. Monuments rise not to victories, but to sacrifices. Peter visits the memorial every week in silence. Sam leads with humility instead of legend. Wanda begins teaching others how to control their gifts gently. In the closing moments, a faint pulse echoes through the quantum realm. A spark ignites where Strange once stood. Somewhere beyond time, a new force stirs, neither hero nor villain. The Avengers are unaware, finally allowing themselves to rest. But the universe never sleeps forever.